All right, so this is Majors from MajorBombs.com. I'm sitting here with Kareem, the supervisor of SNUG, that's Gun Backwards. We're here in Harlem at the Kennedy Center. We just had our first presentation, or they just had their first presentation to the community on what the SNUG program is about. So we just want to catch up after everything is over and get a little bit more in detail for those who wasn't here and those who want more information on what SNUG is about. How you doing, man? How's everything? We've been here a long time.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess what we want to get to the people is, first of all, what is SNUG? What is the program SNUG about?
SNUG is gun spelled backwards.
Okay.
SNUG is an anti-gun prevention program, which we adopted the model from Ceasefire Chicago.
Okay.
As we all know, Chicago is the origin where a lot of the gang activity in the United States started. So out there for the past 10 years, they've been successfully reducing the gun violence amongst Latino and African Americans in the hottest areas in Southside Chicago.
Okay.
So pretty much, New York State said, hey, we got an epidemic going on over here too. We got young people dying, So we need to find a model. We need to find a program that works.
Right.
All right. So New York State. Assemblymen, senators, Senator Perkins, Malcolm Smith, they found this model from Ceasefire Chicago, which uses men and women that have been on that side of the street to be effective in the street, to give back to what they once destroyed. Okay? So again, they're using men and women that have been either incarcerated, involved with gangs, been in gun violence, been shot before, and they utilize us to talk to the community. All right?
Okay, so now, it's not a volunteer program. It is a government funded program.
Yes.
They stepped in. They said this is something that the community needs.
Right.
And who more suited to do this type of work than the brothers and sisters that have been incarcerated.
That's right.
That has been in the street.
That's
like
right.
Like yourself, to come in and do this type of work and get in the areas where they can't be. Okay. So how did you hear about the program? And after hearing about what the program was about, what made you decide that this is something that I want to partake in and get involved with?
Well, about maybe 5-6 months ago, a brother came to me by the name Courtney Bennett and said, hey, Kareem, I know you just came home from the feds, and I know you've been, used to gang bang, used to be into the streets hard. I need you for this new SNUG thing. Okay. I'm like, what's SNUG? That sounds funny. Like, what's that? It's catchy. So he broke it down to me, and I was like, wow, that's the perfect job for me. Like, what job actually, what place is going to pay you for your past, for your history, okay? And brothers like myself, I've been involved with many of positive organizations, but I failed, at one point in my life. And to come home from federal prison to get a job like this, where I'm helping rebuild my community, is the best job in the world. I actually love the work.
Absolutely, because a lot of times when you bring up your past, then that's you condemned, you turned away, you don't qualify, they don't want you. And so to be able to be blessed to do something like this has absolutely got to be gratifying. So what exactly do you guys do on a daily, to take me through an average day of, what do you do?
Well, the team is made up of, we have outreach workers, which outreach workers they carry a caseload.
Okay.
So I mean, we don't just be out there saying put the guns down, get your life together. We are actually like doing case management work. Okay. So when we get a young person involved with us, not only do we help them get in school, but we get involved with their family life. We make sure that they're being, watched over properly. If they need like certificate, like IDs, need documentation, we personally take them there. No, we don't. We take them to the appointments.
Oh, to the social services.
We walking them to there. We getting the bus passes. We going hard and making sure they are on the right track. It's not always a good thing though. It's not always how they say, rose at the end of the garden. It's not always like that. Sometimes, they're resistant.
So that's what I was just about to ask. So, coming from, where we come from myself, I've been inside, and a lot of family members, and we all know a lot of people that have been inside. How has the resistance been overwhelming, or has acceptance been like, I mess with him because he has a track record on doing such and such, or has been a lot of problems?
For
you personally.
Me personally, I haven't had any problem. I was a dude that was in the street that I respected people. I didn't have too much issues. I did my thing. I did my dirt. But we all have our issues. But for the most part, I was all right. So people knew that I went to the feds and did my time. I wasn't a rat.
Right.
You know, I came home, I did my time, came home, and my team is made up of people like that.
Right.
Nobody's rats, because you can't be a person that, you know, out there snitching and do this kind of work, because the people won't respect it. They won't like you.
And that's what brings me to mind. It was a piece in the presentation where they was actually doing skits. And one of the skits was after someone is shot or, you know, has been a shooting in the street, you guys actually go to the scene and you do a little thing. I want you to get into a little bit more about that, because the question that arises is, I think the director of programs, Ms. Roberts, correct?
Robin Holmes, yeah.
Robin Holmes, she said that, you know, the police give y'all information. So you know how where we come from, places, things are seen differently, it could be taken the wrong way.
Right,
so just give some clarity on.
Well, first thing
things.
First thing first. We're not security guards. We're not police. The involvement we have with police is very limited.
Right.
We don't give them no information.
Okay.
Okay. The only information that we do have, that we get it from them. Like for example, you know, we can go into a precinct and they have a wall of all the people that they're looking at.
Right.
So that we use that to our advantage. We might be able to say, hey, you know, listen, man, you know, you're being looked at, young man. Like, your face is on the wall right now, okay? So if you don't change your life, it's a possibility that you're gonna go to jail, because they're on you, okay? So we don't give them no kind of information at all.
In these communities and violence, and we know summertime is about to come. That was a very big issue when you guys spoke. When you anticipate, it's only 80 guys, so it's not really a lot that you can do. And what's the area range that y'all cover again?
Our target area is from 127th Street, 5th, Lenox 7th, 8th Avenue, all the way up to 145th Street, Lenox 7th, 8th Avenue.
That's a lot of area.
Yeah.
So in these areas, so far in a little bit of time that y'all been working, none of the crew members or the team has encountered any problems on the street where people approach like, I don't really like the work that you're doing, or, you know, this happened and I just don't like that. It's kind of like y'all taking an extension of, you know, of the law. I'm going to sell my drugs. Or I'm going, if I got a problem, I'm going to handle it. Have y'all experienced any of those types of things?
We have not experienced no violence towards us.
Right.
Honestly, the community has been very supportive of us. The 2.5 to 3 months we've been working, there hasn't been no shootings in our target area. It's been little beefs, but we've been able to control it and calm it down before it got to that point. So no, it hasn't been nothing directly headed towards us violently. No violent acts towards us at all. Okay.
And so now, just before we wrap up, being how this is a government-funded program, what if the money stops? So where do you see SNUG going, you know, in the next year or two? And if the money stops, you know, how do you want to keep the program running? Have you reached out to any, you know, local rappers or, you know, athletes or anybody that can contribute and keep the program going so that it doesn't stop and y'all can continue to do the work that you are doing now?
Okay, so yes, the money is coming from the government, and one thing you guys need to know is that we are a passionate group.
Right.
We have brothers and sisters on the team who have been doing work, this kind of work before SNUG money came.
Right.
You know, so if the money stopped tomorrow, we're gonna still be doing our thing. Okay, so we're gonna be here no matter what.
Okay.
Okay, so anybody, you know, that can help us, whether you're a rapper, a singer, or an actor, we need the help.
Right.
Okay, just in case, like, even the money that we do have is not enough to do what we need to do for these kids out here.
Right, it's not.
Okay, we still saying, hey, we need some help. Okay, so anybody out there who knows, you know, people that can help us, please.
Okay, so where can people go for more information to, you know, if they want to give donations or if they want to try to link up with you guys? I know you guys said you involved in the church and you other local organizations and things like that. Where can people, do you have a Twitter, do you have a Facebook, do you have a website? Where can people go to find out more about you guys and help? We have a Facebook page. To get on there, you go to Neutral Ground. Neutral Ground. Okay, you'll see the SNUG, you know, the SNUG logo right here. You'll see it up there. Definitely hit us up. We have a Gmail account, harlemsnug@gmail.com. Okay. The number is, I'm always slow with the number because, you know, but the actual number, this is the flyer that we pass out. You know, we give out a lot of times. On one side it says, you decide, be different, live or die. We got a picture of a young man graduating, and the other side is a casket and a jail cell. All right, so this flyer tells the whole picture. Absolutely. But the number we have is 1-855-456-7684.
right? So we can be reached at 24/7, you know.
And this program is not just for Harlem, right?
No, we have SNUG sites all over New York State. We got one in Albany, one in Niagara Falls, Rochester, Brooklyn. We got some brothers, the Furtado brothers. If you guys ever look up the Furtado brothers out of Queens, they were notorious kingpins in the '80s, and they're running the SNUG program in Queens.
Wow.
You know, so we got Brooklyn SNUG Man Up. They out there doing big things. You know, it's working. We out there really doing it, and we all love it. You know, so. Again, like we said in the skits earlier, we don't want to get caught up in the politics of what program is doing what. We just got to get busy.
We just got to get busy.
Bottom line, get busy.
Okay, so you guys heard it here. This is Majors from MajorBombs.com. This is Kareem, SNUG. For more information, go to those websites. You can see this interview on MajorBombs.com. Be safe.
Peace.